The 70 array is a rather unique existence. Without the F region compared to the conventional 80-degree layout, the visual impression won't be that high. And on the right, the arrow keys and function buttons. Compared to the 6065, the array is much wider. In fact, it is a very niche presence. Today's video brings you from JDK Studio. At first glance, the new NV70 looks different from the typical 70 configuration. It splits the number area again. It's truly a niche among niche brands. The keyboard is in the form of a kit. In the video, the color is Yang Machine's dark gold. The keycaps are GMK's black gold characters. The combination with the kit is quite harmonious. Let's first introduce the appearance of the keyboard. First, the arrangement is similar to the common 70 array. Different numerical trends are separated. I think it actually makes up for it to some extent. The 70 range's lighting experience is too slim. But if it's your first time using it, it still takes some time to get used to the most attractive aspects of the positive side. This is the directional key. The brand Shangfeng has engraved the keyboard model. The RGB ambient lighting above has been style-treated. The bottom also has 3 silicone conductive blocks, making the lighting very even. The mountain partition design on both sides feels very high quality. The line transitions in the middle, this makes it less abrupt to watch. Overall, it feels very natural. The left and right sides are also quite interesting with the hollow part in the middle. It can be combined with the components at the bottom to create different effects. After turning it over, this back design is truly impressive. In the video, there are black rice pattern stainless steel counterweight blocks. The black components below have a glitter finish on their surfaces. At first glance, it actually seems a bit confusing. This tactile and visual experience is hard to associate with the spraying process. The studio confirmed the consequences later. This is the latest spraying process, which is so delicate and silky it almost looks like a movie. The counterweight and the underbody characters correspond accordingly. When you don't know the price, let's finish looking at this exterior. Feels like it should be around $1,500 at most. Now let's move on to the inner liner. The video shows a black slapstick track. This version features a fixed arrangement of steel plate satellite shafts. A soft, reboundable foam sandwich pad. The perforated ISP shaft pad is a 1.6 mm thick PCB layout without slots. There are many options for support. First, spaces are fixed on the left side of the 7U, which supports column shift. Split right shift, split 7 times back frame. Can be said, besides the common multi-array group method in the control section, they all support the corresponding parts of the tattoo. Each part of the light strip has its corresponding section. The RGB LED beads use Qiping Sheng shaft sockets. The most intuitive example is the excellent enclosure of the axial angle. And it's not that thick. This is also to solve the problem where the switch holder of the previous studio product would easily bottom out. The far right part is actually a more interesting point. Normally, there are 2 rows of functional parts and cases on the top, bottom, left, and right. After removing the components of the top cover, here you can fully insert switches to use as a 3x5 pad area. The bottom is a cotton pad that has been rubbed down to porn base. This time, there is no option to bond PCB threads and make cotton for the shaft. Actually, this approach is quite good. The front height of this keyboard is already compressed low enough. In that limited space, add another axle seat padding. The feel and sound are not very good. For typing sounds, I've prepared 2 sets for everyone. Let's listen together. A fully loaded oil shaft with a cross-shaped core. The most important effect is that the cotton flavor is mild and slightly crisp. For the resonant type, the faceless inner liner might not be that outstanding. If you want a weaker touch, it might not be suitable for switches like black switches where the arm bottoms out, but the upper axis pillar that bottoms out looks like a gray wood core. Blades like Gen Nike and similar emerald shafts are more suitable. The positioning version of the gasket feels relatively soft and springy. The feel of the PCB gasket is a relatively resilient component. Even after filling the silicone case here, there won't be any resonance with the Guardian body. You could say this is a lingering effect of DK1 TKL. The version I got was the 3rd wave. Let me casually test the latency performance for everyone, and the wireless stability after about 2 days of use. It's suitable for office work and light gaming scenarios. No need to worry about this, with prices starting at 899 yuan. After using the actual product, I can confidently say this is a quality experience that surpasses its price range. The surface treatment of the Anode Dark Gold in the video is rather matte. The light touch is a slight matte, with a very delicate glossy feel. And this time, the main nozzle technology, although I don't have it, but part of the components on its back is the flash nozzle treatment. From this experience, it's definitely worth the ticket price. So, another interesting point, the front teeth of this keyboard are independent. In other words, this front tooth assembly can be purchased separately. Back to the keyboard itself, some minor bugs in the driver lights are also important. After reporting it to the studio and handling it, there were no more issues. If you are the audience for this 70 tier group, or rather, a bit of interest in the 70 array, this NV70 is definitely a product you can't miss. For those who have never experienced the 70's layout, buying it for the first time is also a very good choice. The purchase method is through the Graphite Group Purchase Company. It offers free shipping for 3 to 4 weeks after group booking. Interested friends can join the GDK Studio group chat to learn more. That's all for this video. Thank you all for watching our next video. See you in the next video.